My name is Shonte Drakeford. Um, I have stage 4 metastatic breast cancer that has metastasized to my lungs, my ribs, my hips, and my spine. And I've been living with it so far for about 5 years, since 2015. I'm also a healthcare provider. I'm a nurse practitioner. I've been a registered nurse for a total of 12 years, and I've been a nurse practitioner relatively for about 2 years. And prior to the pandemic, I was working in a clinic, and since I do have stage 4, I am considered high risk. Therefore, my job was okay with me transitioning into what we call telemedicine. So I know that's a new word for everyone, and it's like, what is that? So I'm gonna give you some perspective on my appointments as a breast cancer patient and some perspectives as a provider. So you kind of get a little bit of both sides. So I will start with as a breast cancer patient. So I attend my treatments in person. So I know some of you, depending on the type of treatment you're on, you might have to go in person still to get things like injections or infusions and things of that nature. And for me, that's the case. But for certain appointments, for instance, I had my first telemedicine appointment with my palliative care doctor. And those of you who are not familiar with a palliative care doctor is not someone who's going to be with you that's solely for when you are preparing to die or end of life care. They're here to kind of also provide quality of life. And prior to the pandemic, my doctor suggested that I go to one, and I was open to it because I'm very open-minded about things and anything to help me, cope with this disease by itself. So I went to, I set up an appointment. They actually called me to set up an appointment, whereas typically I just go to the office and I make an appointment with the secretary, but of course I can't do that. So one difference is that they call me to set the appointment up, and my provider told me that he will call me. I don't think my hospital where I am is capable of having video conferences yet, but I have experienced video conferencing with my patients. So I know some of you are not as tech savvy, and this is a big learning curve, but just, be patient, and it's really helpful. My doctor called me and it was very helpful. We talked on the phone for a good hour. I've never met this provider before. So that was a little awkward because since I didn't know this person, I didn't know how they looked like, what their facial expressions were to the questions they asked me and my answers. And so that was a little bit awkward for me, but the provider was so good and so comfortable with me that it just made me feel as though I was right in front of them. He really broke down everything and was really patient with me. So that was my first telemedicine appointment, and I think it went really well. I just want to say thank you for listening, and I hope I helped everyone with the transition with this new way of living with telemedicine health. Thank you.